Keenan, you're right, that is a very strong spotlight. Hi everyone, my name is Morgan Cairns, and I am the programmer of the A League of Their Own Screening series, a series dedicated to celebrating women filmmakers. And I'm so excited to welcome you to Clueless. When I was making my notes for this intro, I realized that I'm guessing a lot of you know what you're in for. It's a pretty iconic film. There's a few notes for you. So this is directed by Amy Heckerling. She is her first full-length feature you may recognize as Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which is 1982. So she's made iconic high school films in 2 decades, which is pretty amazing. But when she was making this, it's kind of a funny story. So she originally wrote a script for a completely different film for Disney, and they told her it was too smart. So she said, okay, you want something dumb? And we got Clueless. And she originally wrote it she originally conceived it as a television project. The studio said, we want you to make a movie about teens. And so the first thing that she thought of was Emma, Jane Austen's Emma, which this film is loosely based off of. And I think one of the most interesting things is that when she was writing this movie, she actually sat in classrooms in Beverly Hills to get their language and the way they talk. So things like as if and whatever, those came directly from the teens in those high schools. So originally, when Clueless came out, it did okay, but it's what we call like a sleeper hit. So it's something that has just, took a little while to get going, that has really, kind of took off, and it, is a cult classic to this day. It continues to make money. It also launched the careers of people like Alicia Silverstone and Paul Rudd, yes, thank you, and Brittany Murphy. And a funny thing is that for Josh, aka Paul Rudd's character, she actually initially wanted, and she wrote it with Ad Rock from the Beastie Boys in mind. That was her original pick for it, but he was busy doing Beastie Boys stuff, so we got Paul Rudd, which I think we can all thank Ad Rock for that, we were able to get Paul Rudd. And what I love about this film is, we talked about how it's influenced by teens, but I think you'll also see that it then influenced teens, because there are some things, some lingo that Amy Heckerling made up, which then teens started saying. We'll see it all the time. You see it in fashion, you see it referenced over and over again. So it's one of those movies that took from the culture, but also gave so much. A big thank you to the Globe. They're the best. Couldn't do this without them every single month. And I appreciate your patience while we get everyone through the concession line, which is a reason why we love the Globe, because if you were at Cineplex, they'd have just started. And so we love independent cinema. Also, I want to say happy 10th birthday to Isabel, who's here. And it is very cool that you're at the Globe watching Clueless for your 10th birthday. That is, I think we're all sitting here like, dang, we wish we were that cool at 10. So, thank you so much, and enjoy the film.